$400.
All right. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready when you are. I'm still reading, but
Guys, last we left off, Via Acrua, now profound, has been the saviors of nations. And for the time being, the material plane itself, as you have gone beyond status through incredible means and threw off and thwarted the plans to bring forth an entity that could shake this realm. And yet, hidden, kind of unaware, you guys have triumphed, halting this plan, keeping this Leonwyn, this keeper of the souls, stuck off into whatever realm he might exist in right now.
Whoa, Leonwyn is keeper of souls? I thought he was the Godslayer.
Godslayer, there you go. Many names.
Ooh, this is a new development.
All of which you guys have now gone throughout the various realms. You have taken a few months to recollect yourselves. A couple months at least, where Whisper and Aurora have gone off to take on some self-adventures. As they said, we're going to do some scouting out. And off they went out into the distance. Meanwhile, you guys heard word that Cloudbreaker went off to go see some people and make sure that things were going all right to where he was originally from in Moorhaven, but returned back into the Sword Coast, where some other dealings and happenings have been happening between Brelym and Eminem and Lander. And I don't think I'm missing anybody at the time being, right? Yeah.
Took and Reese?
Took is...
He occasionally pops up in my text thread.
Occasionally. Took, who does it? We don't know. Reese is bowed out and is taken on and opted to head back to the nation of Mordell. And to feeling their accomplishments and sharing the words of it, hoping to find a cure for his ailment. Needless to say, we find ourselves, well, let's just start with this. Lander, as the months have progressed, you've come to find out that Cloudbreaker, Brelym, and Eminem have been within the Sword Coast district, and you receive a letter coming from Pigeon. And within this letter, you see the handwriting of Aurora asking...
It's a love letter. I hope it's coded as a love letter.
Aurora asking that it's been too long and that there's information that they would like to share. Him and Whisper would like to share. And they would like to meet at a festival. Of all places, a common grounds. I guess a common ground. There's the location that they're currently at, undisclosed in this letter, and the Sword Coast. Finding a centralized location, and at the same time, go and enjoy a festival, a carnival that might be taking place within FibbleStib. It's asked for you to see if you can get Cloudbreaker, Brelym, and Eminem to join you in this S Brigade to meet and discuss some of these findings. And you're left with that as you guys recollect, take to the roads now, and start heading towards the land of FibbleStib.
FibbleStib.
Lando, where
FibbleStib.
did you say we were going again? I keep getting it wrong. Is it FibbleStib? FibbleCrip?
Am I traveling with Brelym and Eminem and all them?
Yes, you have been. And we're going to be starting this within FibbleStib. But yes, you've been traveling. And
Okay, perfect. FibbleStib.
you will learn. You guys traveled with Lander's help in style. And he can explain some of that along the journey if you'd like.
I've
Aurora.
never had a carriage with cushions before.
I didn't know what to do with the hotel. Some carriages actually have a hole in there, but I think it looks too much like the loo.
Good call. I
Wait.
Aurora.
would rather just sit here normally. All is well.
How do? I don't know how you sit. Now that I think of it, it seems very uncomfortable. I don't know how I haven't asked you this in many years, but for some reason it's now just come to my mind.
You just can't lean too far back, that's all. It's not like right. You know, it comes off my back just a little bit higher than you'd think.
Nice. We won't talk about that. Anyway, sorry. FibbleStib, we make it.
How do you stretch the base of your tail?
Ew.
It just seems like it would be difficult to reach around.
Good point. Somebody ought to help you wash.
A bidet. Bidet.
Oh, that's why bidets exist.
It's a dragonborn invention.
I carry one in my pack at all times.
Why do you think he's such a holy creature?
Constantly clean both in and out.
So many questions.
So little answers. To this day, Eminem is still trying to figure out if you came from an egg or
I was going to say
not
the
egg.
egg debate is still out.
How do you put on your pants? I never thought about
You
that.
wear pants?
Is your tail
never-
covered in your plated armor?
This is,
So is it one-
questions for another day, but no, it's not plated.
No.
Because it's not one leg at a time,
Days
it's
a day.
one.
What better time than on a carriage ride to share these?
You guys have been imagining Cloudbreaker in pants?
It's definitely Donald Duck.
All these years, he's been wearing chapless or
Just say it. Buttless chaps.
chapless chaps.
Why do you think he always goes in back of the party?
I'm always in back.
Protect the rear. Oh my goodness. It's amazing.
Sorry.
We love
Anyways,
Cloudbreaker.
Aurora, you get a letter from a pigeon that looks very familiar. And you would
Rodrigo.
think to yourself, is this my special son? I'm just kidding. Actually, it is a letter from Lander asking,
got you, boo. It is your special someone.
Oh, yeah.
asking Aurora and Whisper to join him. He has information that he would like to share. And
Menage a trois.
there is a fantastic festival. It's been too long. Within FibbleStib, let's meet up. Hey. And it leaves off with that note.
This sounds like a proposition, Lander. We're in.
Speak for yourself.
What I'm in.
We'll get Whisper. He's not a hard egg to crack.
And upon this, you guys arrive towards the immediate time that you've chosen to a quaint place. Okay, maybe not quite quaint. I will leave the description now to my dear, lovely wife that filled in through my chaos week for me.
Take a seat. Take a load off, Brent. Enjoy the show.
All right. First off, I missed you guys.
Hi,
All
from
right,
FibbleStib.
after- Yes. You arrive to
FibbleStib, which is sort of in the center of our lovely realm. Directly in the middle between the Sword Coast and Platin Oak, it sits in a rather picturesque valley. Soft rolling hills lead down to the river that leads out to the coast. And FibbleStib sits right in the center, one of the main trading routes between the major cities of the mountains and the coast. Predominantly halfling, it is well known for being rather exuberant, given the halfling's nature. You guys arrive, land of your carriage rolling in over the last hill, and this very colorful and inviting city comes into view. Normal sized buildings, although a lot of halfling sized buildings as well, but of course they love to cater and be hospitable to all of those that come through their lovely town.
Is this like a walled city, or is this kind of like one of those? Oh, sorry. Is this one of those like walled cities, or like is it just kind of like one of those open?
Is it the Shire?
Is it kind of like the Shire?
Imagine the Shire with a little bit of Dr. Seuss.
I like it.
Oh my gosh.
It's a wonderful description.
But very Shire-esque in the gardens, in the rolling hills. You can see there are some little hobbit hole homes with their front gardens, but there's a lot of above ground buildings as well. Their main square is above ground and has very brightly painted buildings. If you think of some of the towns in like Holland, how all the buildings are very brightly painted and decorated, and some have murals on them, things like that. And as you're arriving, you can see already banners, very colorful banners, gently floating in the wind. You can see, large spreads across, inviting in for the festival. People are making their way in from the fields. You can see there's a bit more traffic on the road than you would suspect normal, but you figure people are coming in. This is a very well-known festival that FibbleStib has held for many years. So yeah, the town is yours, crawling across.
And yes, you guys arrive together upon, I don't know, where do they want to meet? What's their meeting place at?
I don't know. There's a main square. There is a
Tavern.
Yep. There is the main inn. It's called the Happy Tap.
Oh yeah, the Happy Tap. That's my.
I know Aurora will be at the Happy Tap.
Yep.
And
Whisper,
the largest
however.
I'll be
building.
at the Happy Tap, so I think I'm gonna head to the Happy Tap, to find my
Yep.
companions.
I know that Lander and Brelym knew best, so I will follow them.
Awesome.
And
Coming
meanwhile,
into the town.
I'll follow them, but make sure to kind of just saunter on by, not walk too fast, and
Why?
kind of check out wares and check out the decorations and just kind of taking it all in, going by slowly, but always keeping an eye on those two, making sure I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Side
Yeah,
note.
it's definitely pretty bustling. The festival isn't quite in full swing. That's more for later this evening, when they have kind of the opening ceremony for it. But yeah, imagine any art festival or craft fair that you've held. There are booths along the main thoroughfare. You can see baked goods. You can see kettle corn. You can see flowered crowns. You see brightly painted wooden shoes. You can see little capelets that are very brightly decorated for sale. See beaded jewelry in some. Some people are walking around with little trays and totes, selling different meads or ales by the flagon. Everyone's in very bright, high spirits. There's a lot of talking and chattering going around. And as you come into the city, it opens into a main square where there's a lovely little green lawn area that you can rest, have lunch in between going from shop to shop. And on the far side, you see the Happy Tap, which is a very brightly painted, it's a white building with ivy scroll work and bright flowers It has big window boxes full of pansies and overflowing plants. Doors wide open. You can hear the roisterous patrons inside as you approach. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
How much are
Bartender, have a ice cold water if you don't mind while we wait for our friends.
How much were the flower crowns?
Flower crowns, do you want to go up? See?
Yeah, I need a flower crown.
Okay. You go up and there's a little younger halfling girl, flaming red hair, very curled. Good day, sir.
And a good day to you. I need one of your finest flower crowns, please. They all look great, but perhaps with your keen eye, you might catch one that will potentially pop better with golden hair.
Oh, why, yes, my lord. I think this one with the violets and the bluebells would look lovely.
I never would have gone there. See, and that is why I asked for your expertise. Perfect. I'll take one
very
of those.
Important. It is
Indeed
just
it
3
is.
silver for a crown.
Just 3. Perfect. I will proceed to hand her 3 silver.
Thank you. And she hands you a very well crafted, very well made flower crown.
Perfect. And that's all.
Okay,
All right, I'll join everyone at the happy tap.
perfect. Are you guys going in, or do you want to explore anything outside before you go in?
I'm going in.
I'll
Wait.
go on in.
Smelling the flowers on the ivy. Oh, you just said ivy covered, not flowered. Never mind.
Oh, there's flower boxes, and yeah, there's lots of flora.
I want to smell the flowers and then go in.
Okay.
Whisper
Roll
still.
Constitution. I'm just kidding.
Probably
Whisper
have-
still kind of in the mode of looking out and playing the role of bodyguard. Kind of does a lap around the building to check exits and kind of get a general lay of if a quick escape needed to be made, and then before going in.
Joke's on you. I was looking at the flower planters puke in later.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you do a lap around the building. You see there's a little stable that's kind of connected. See a couple of stable hands just keeping it very neat and tidy, but it's very open. Nothing too conspicuous.
I'll make sure to
As
grab
hard as
a
this would
table.
try to find something.
I'll make sure to
What?
grab a table for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll grab a table
Okay.
for 7. And
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay. So as you guys go in, very large main floor, lots of open tables along the walls are big comfy booths. A large bar along the back with brightly colored glass bottles of all shapes and sizes. Several barkeeps in the back taking care of all the different patrons at the bar. You can see that looking up, the top 2 floors are actually open to the main floor. There's several large wrought iron chandeliers with little baubles of hanging flowers that are illuminated magically for the festival. So it's a very bright, cheery atmosphere. You can see people going to and from their rooms, things like that. So you're going to just grab a table?
I will grab a table and order myself a water. A nice cold water.
Okay. You see another young halfling comes up, ready to take. Are you being any meals or anything else, or just drinks today, sir?
For me, it'll be just drinks. However, my
Okay.
compatriots. Well, actually, let me ask you this: how long of a drive was it?
How long of a drive do you think it was?
Oh,
Just
get-
with geography.
let's say it's 1, 2 full days to Lee Gallo. It's about 2.5, 3 days.
Oh well, okay then. That means I will have today's special with nice ice cold water, if you don't mind, and well, I'll let my companions speak for whatever they would like.
Do you have some deep fried potatoes?
It's a weird one.
Yes.
She just gives you a smile and go, would we be a halfling town without some?
I'd like some of those, please.
Would you like the special seasoning on them as well?
Yes.
Oh, and the Cornish hen potted pie for you, and a water, and I'll throw in some berries in there. It makes it taste a bit better. And then I will
Eminem.
be right back out.
Wait, Eminem looks up. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
I would.
Your voice cracks a little bit at how big you are.
Oh no, no mind. I would like the baked potato too.
You know, I
I'll
think
bring it up.
Eminem's voice has improved since we've last heard it.
Practice.
He's been practicing his intelligence.
Yes. But yes, baked potato and once again looks towards Brelym. Wine?
Good choice.
Yes, the wine, the red one.
Ooh. May I recommend the elderberry? It's very nice.
That's yes. I was hoping you'd say that. Yes.
Perfect.
Elder.
Is there anyone else that I can help with while we're waiting for everyone else?
I would like some grog, please.
Oh, we're all here.
Oh, I suppose we
Yeah,
can
we're
walked
here.
up right behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, Whisper!
Okay.
Aurora, I didn't even see you there.
We got your letter. It was very convincing.
To which Lander will appear at the table and be like, Aurora, Whisper, how I've missed your faces. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me, but I reach into my bag and procure a violet flower wreath. I thought this would complement your hair, Aurora, quite well.
I love it. You
thought
do
you
know
might.
me so well. I put it on gleefully, and then I look for a shiny surface to see how it looks.
Don't mind me, I always carry a mirror.
Oh, perfect. You know me. Oh, I look great. Thank you. I fixed my hair a tad around it just to make sure.
Whisper will just mutter under his breath just loud enough that maybe those at the table will hear. Dark time at court has not done well for her attitude. His attitude.
I am not that metro, bro.
And then I will turn towards the halfling and be like, please, whatever my friends desire, I appreciate you, and your guys' wonderful patronage. Whatever, I assume for all of us, these folks here might enjoy some of your greatest ale. I know that FibbleStib serves great such and such ale, of which yada yada with yada yada brand. I assume you know what I'm talking about. Yes, very detailed.
FibbleStib.
I must say, it is wonderful, and I believe that much of our party would rather enjoy that. If I can just get just a small keg or something like that for our table.
Of course. And any other food before I go gather that for you?
Yes. Fried turtles.
Party platter?
Oh, yeah. That'd be
We
nice.
do have a lovely party platter.
I'm a big fan of a party platter. You know when you're like reaching for like the peanut and you accidentally grace hand with somebody else at the table and you're like, oh, my bad. Wonderful moment.
It
You
does
can't have
make
that if
for
you have
very-
your own dish.
I always find those
Yeah.
moments rather awkward, actually.
I
I've
wait,
missed-
Lander. Don't worry. I wait.
Anyway,
She takes everything down. Right. I will have those right out to you.
Whisper,
Thank you, dear.
Aurora, it's been so long. What have you guys been up to?
Wooing women, as is the youth.
Yes, mu-
I
much to-
see. He'll tap his
I
nose, kind of go, I see.
Oh, wait, they're actually women this time.
Her nose.
He likes to pretend he knows.
and I'm sure that there are such details that we will save for later in the night, perhaps in more private locations.
Oh, no. We don't need to share those details, but we have been up to fun stuff.
Yes, indeed, Lander. Much to be shared, but perhaps at a more private point in time.
Whisper, I didn't know you'd be the first one to ask me to go in a private place. Boy, have you changed in the months.
Don't you worry.
Spencer, remind me, Cloudbreaker is a purple dragonborn, correct?
Yes.
Like Barney.
Like Barney.
I am purple dragonborn.
But
You need one purple.
Sorry, the discussion about the tail and how the tail moved just made me think of Barney. We're gonna do that. He's a
No, I am not Barney. Not at all. I'm not a dinosaur.
You could be a fit Barney.
Dragon.
I don't do that tongue
dragon,
thing.
Not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
Which is a shame. Anyway. But, and you know what? I'm sure some serious discussions can wait for later in the night. There's festivities this evening. I'm sure that we want to take this day to its fullest.
Yes. Why don't we relax and enjoy ourselves? I think we have earned it.
I hope you have.
We drink and eat and frolic.
You see, very, very timely, your waitress comes out with 3 little halfling gentlemen coming back. One carrying a little shoulder keg that he puts on a little stand, sets out mugs for you, a bottle of wine, nice goblets, and then your meal is procured with, you can see a lot of baked pastries, either savory or fruit-filled. You have a lot of really nicely cooked and roasted meats, and really nice cheeses. It's a very nice, just imagine your dream party platter. Of course, you get your house recipe potatoes and fried probably and seasoned nicely. And then you get your pot pie, which has a very nice big buttery crust and looks very delicious.
Whenever
Perfect.
I'm handed an ale, I'm going to try to pass it off to Eminem, and I'm going to take his empty one, so I'm going to try to swap places to try to not get teased for not drinking the ale.
Eminem will take his
you
ale.
get a lovely tall glass tanker with fresh clear water that has chilled berries in it.
I'll be drinking
Cloudbreaker, she got you.
Fancy.
all night long.
Fancy.
How
And
big
as-
was the-
Oh, what?
How big was the cake she brought out? You said it was small.
Mini cake.
It's a shoulder keg that the halfling brought out, so it's like a, say, probably a 5-galloner.
Okay. All right.
Yep, they have a little stand for it next to the table.
As she passes by, I'll discreetly run my hand against her arm and place within her hand a gold piece. A gold. Oh, come on, guys. And I'll say, "Thank you, dear. I do appreciate you. I appreciate it a lot."
Thank you, sir. If there's anything else you need, just wake me down.
A cold piece.
A gold.
Made of money.
She gives you a wink and bustles about.
Oh.
All right, everybody. Greatest story. It's been 8 months, where obviously we've experienced stories that would be unbelievable for many. But in these 8 months, I'm sure, hit me with your best story, laughs or miraculous, whatever it may be. Somebody hit me with a story, please.
Well, we were out riding horses one day, and this fox. Well, let me set the scene.
Please, perfect.
There was a lovely group of women, and they're out on their horses in front of us.
I
And so
like how this story begins.
whisper that we must mount some of the horses as well and ride after them. For you see, they
Oh,
have some very
When you say as
interesting
well, you meant other than, never mind. Continue.
Anyway, we'll get to that later. They had a piece of information we needed, so we were going to rendezvous with them. They approached a clearing, and we were coming up rather at a good pace on the clearing as well. And out pops a fox, and it scares Whisper's horse, and the horse is rearing, and Whisper is screaming, and Whisper falls on the ground and ends up in a puddle of mud. And all the ladies are laughing, and I thought it was hilarious too.
I distinctly remember that story being you.
It was not. I want roll for something.
Roll for
Could you both roll animal
Because
handling
I'm
check?
telling the story. Yeah.
I feel like it should be animal handling check. Whoever rolls lower.
Roll.
Shouldn't it be animal handling check? Whoever rolls lower, it actually happened to you.
That's a great
Yeah.
point.
I concur. I concur.
All right, it's been spoken. First rolls. Let's go.
First, Via Acrua.
To her. You weren't just loving her.
I know, but brother,
I would hold her if I could.
oh, you're not gonna beat that.
Oh no.
Hey.
19.
As she uses a
You're
lot
not gonna
point.
beat that.
I would like to use deception.
You have
That escalated.
roll.
All right. You're gonna have to roll insight. Whoever wants to see.
I would
God,
love to
passive
see
insight.
some
Are you-
insight.
This will be your natural insight. This is your passive insight to see if this story is true or not.
I think my passive insight.
What is your
like 16.
deceptive roll, Aurora?
Oh, I have to roll. Okay, let me roll for deception.
Oh no, my passive insight's a 15.
25 deception.
Good.
You do not have a plus 13. Holy cow, she has a plus 13.
She could have rolled a 2 and beaten Cloudbreakers.
Whisper's convinced that it was him and he was there.
You vaguely, you're like, huh, is that really what happened? I can't remember.
No, I'm sure it was you that fell off the horse. I could.
Long rest, actually.
Indeed you did, though, sir. I was there. I saw it.
That is great, though. That is a wonderful story.
Suck it.
My goodness. Not to... I mean, brave them. I didn't get to hear much from you. Cloudbreaker was talking my ear off. What a great story between you and Eminem.
Well, you remember that circlet? I'm gonna say this a little hush, so I'll kind of like get everybody to lean in. And you guys remember that circlet? We didn't know if we really wanted to give it up. I made a forgery, and I tricked the people at the arcane tower. They think
You
they have
lied.
it, and they're so confused why it's not working.
Wait, you did what? Sorry, we missed that.
She
That
called them.
circlet that we found with all the eels and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we went back to the arcane tower to use it because they told me if I brought that to them, then they would let me gain all this knowledge, right? So we go
Yeah.
back to this arcane tower. But before we did that, I made a circlet and like a forgery, and I gave the forgery to them. And now they're all frustrated because it's not doing what they want it to do, and so yeah, we booked it on out of there.
Very devious. I'm
Good
impressed.
criminy. Goodness
That
gracious.
does explain how you arrived before us.
See, I'm rubbing up on you.
That was a straight. That came right out of Aurora's book. I've read it, page 3.
Page 3.
It's not a very big book, but it's a reader.
Generally, I use this for stealing, but that was more inventive, for sure.
Well done.
So yeah, that's Brelym's best story.
So, what does the circlet actually do?
It opens the door, remember?
Oh, right. Thank you.
I mean, sorry, it opens the door
The door to what? Sorry,
to the lich.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That circlet's broken.
Have you not been listening to my ballad I got out and about?
Wow.
There was a court jester who did a rather
Court jester?
seemly.
Are you kidding me? It's a drama. A court jester shouldn't present such a...
By the time it reached our court, it was, shall we say, not the original form.
Platnoke is an absolute joke.
Well, yes, that's why they have our jester. But it was funny.
Well, at least it was that. Tell me I was at least portrayed as a suave character.
I'm sure your version is much better. We could hear it now.
It's quite alright.
Have you ever seen a half horse, half elf?
What? Neither have you.
No,
I like a centaur, but half elf instead of horse.
Well, a character they called him Blander
Oh,
Was-
suck.
was a man with a horse's head and an elf's body.
Well, horse's head and an elf's body.
But with six-pack abs. That was part of the story.
I guess I can work with that. You know what they say about horses and what they've got hanging, so. Anyway,
Instances are key. Read between the lines.
anyways, that's great. Good
What
stories,
about
though.
your story, Lander?
My story. Let's see. I got to reintroduce myself to a wonderful character that's been in my life. Her name was Emmeline. She was great. Absolutely wonderful. She was an Eldrin princess, and I needed to reacquaint myself with her in order to solve some knuppets going on between some unduly folks in town, and sadly a celestial individual got involved, and there was but anyways, in the process I got to reacquaint myself with a impressive woman. It was quite the night.
Insight check.
Just one night. Yeah,
wanna
insight check.
You want to insight my deception?
You're deceiving? Yeah, insight check.
Persuasion or deception, Brian?
Either one is going to be ridiculously high.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyways, ooh,
Board, Brian.
what? It wasn't great. I only rolled it. Really? Y'all are rolling a 24 against my plus 15 persuasion? Y'all are ridiculous.
An insight?
Changing the courts of Mordell. Thank you, Lander.
Good
But here,
grief.
just to be fair, I'll roll online, just so you can all see it. To everyone, you all can see what I roll. We'll see what I do it.
Your insight's like a plus 13.
General a nat 20.
Oh, scorched. All right.
Did you all see that pop up in your thread?
No, we trust you.
I don't know if it did.
It should
It was
be.
a natural 20, Brian.
Yeah, look at go to builder, and to the left of it is a game log. By campaign the Blood Oak, you can click on game log and you should see my roll.
All I can say is you guys are enamored with his story, and you've forgotten how much you loved listening to Lander's experiences.
Hey.
Wait, Lander.
What? Oh, we
Lander,
preach.
you're broken.
I am absolutely busted. But anyways, that's a 35.
All right, we believe you.
Barely.
I like
Barely.
that. You're enamored. It's like,
Hook, line, and sinker. I believe you. I'm impressed. Awestruck.
Anyways. And Cloudbreaker, sorry, we seem to have missed you.
Oh, it is okay. I am entranced and enchanted by these amazing stories that you guys had. The one thing that is of note, I guess, is that temple that we discovered and went through, that we stopped the big guy at. Well,
Yes.
I went back to the Order of the Sun. I brought some people that wanted to be there, and we stormed that place. We went through the dungeons, and we found so many different kinds of things. There was this room with chests abundant, and we had to find a key that left a door, and there was doors on every wall. And if you were to open the wrong chest, you'd get zapped. Good thing we of the Order of the Sun are such hearty folk, or else it would have been rather difficult to get through there.
You're saying
Insight.
you messed up a lot.
Inside check. I want to see how many times you got zapped.
All right, roll your insight. The DM will just figure that out. I'm hoping.
14. Not great.
All right. I guess I'd be rolling either persuasion or deception. Is that what I'm?
Yep.
yep.
my persuasion roll.
I win.
Oh,
So I guess that means.
yeah. He's downplaying it. Something happened. He's not telling the full story. Something else. Something maybe. Who knows?
How many times?
You have no idea what something to do with his tail, or what was underneath his tail, or the lining, or his. Yeah, who knows?
Something's a sensitive subject.
I want to ask, how many times do you get zapped, Cloudbreaker? Don't lie to me, and that's intimidation.
How am I supposed to go up against that?
You're a dragon, for God's sakes. How can you be intimidated by her?
Well, I don't know what
She's got insane intimidation.
Yeah.
There's like a contested roll. I just don't like it's intimidation versus what, like a constitution saving
I think it's still insight, because you have to tell if they're really meaning it or something. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Insight it is then.
That could have been higher.
That could have been higher too. Not rolling well tonight. 11 for insight.
Oh, 21 for intimidation.
Jeez.
Could have been higher.
Aurora is intense right now. You don't know why he is getting on your case.
Because you're lying.
Fine,
You're lying to me.
Fine, Aurora. Jeez. I was
That's
I was
Barney comment.
nigh upon getting unconscious and stuff. It's a sensitive subject, okay? Normally this doesn't happen to me.
I know.
Just like I told you, one of his party members did actually almost die in that room.
That's gruesome. And
Luckily he fell in a room full of paladins and clerics. You know what I mean?
But absolutely amazing. I'm excited for you to share more with us about, well, the more intricate details.
Oh, and so am I.
How I have missed all of you wonderfully awkward folk. I must say, I have missed your company.
So, Lander, you're the bard.
Yes.
Don't you have a story for us?
Did you miss my story?
he did give one.
Oh, yeah, I missed your story.
Would you like to hear another?
Yes.
All right.
Clearly we want an encore.
Would you like to hear a story about my 8 months, or do you just want to hear any story?
You're 8 months.
That's a shame.
Ring.
I had a great one on my mind. All right. This one is about a dwarf. So there's this dwarf, right? And mind you, he's well, let's just say he's a few rounds past tipsy. And so, anyways, I'm conversing with these folks, and this guy, this dwarf in fellow, mind you, this man is noble, in his right, and it's actually part of their, beliefs that he who can hold the most liquor holds the most power. I actually think it's a fascinating tradition. I myself would be terrible at it, but I love it all the same. Eminem, on the other hand, he might become a dwarven king. Anyways, that's besides the point.
He's not.
This man, what was that?
He's not short though. Isn't that a prerequisite to be a dwarven king?
But how impressive would it be to see a dwarf that big, covered in hair?
Seems like it would defy history.
I think you missed the point.
Anyways, more of the story. He shows up to our table, spouting all sorts of different things. It's absolutely great. And it's at this moment that the first time I've ever seen it in my life, this other dwarven fellow comes up to him, pats him in the back. I've never seen this before, because I've never actually been to the Dwarven Kingdom. This large, bearded, well, kind of bearded fellow by the name of Studley walks up, pats him on the back, and then out of nowhere, poof, Studley guy vanishes. Left behind is some weird little card with like some weird wizard inscription, something about him playing a game. Dude just straight up vanished right before my eyes. It was ridiculous.
Crazy. He's probably probably off somewhere having a great adventure.
He's getting to play games right now. He just got to disappear and got left behind to go play some games.
What do you think? Playing Go Fish? Maybe bingo?
Probably something harmless.
Probably.
Harmless?
Monopoly.
Harmless.
Oh,
Cutthroat game of poker.
It's always a good sign when someone just disappears. Never harmless at all.
Never harmless. Especially when you're dealing with wizards.
Dude,
Didn't that?
I think
What was that?
I said I think
Also,
wasn't
same night. Another dwarven fellow, big old beard, busky, biggest beard I've ever seen, walks over, and I hear, "Hello." It was a dwarven woman. Never met one in my entire life. I must say, she intimidated me so much before I heard her speak.
That seems sexist. That she no longer intimidates you after you hear her voice.
I must say, it was a rather shrill voice. Like, if you heard it, you would understand. Like, imagine a little mixture of Michael Jackson combined with Michelle Pfeiffer. You just slap those two together.
Two very well-known bards throughout the realm. Yes.
I've not heard of these people, but Dwarven bards
Oh.
are old with very
Old
large
news. Old news, really, but very distinct voices.
You should spread some bard songs about the dwarven woman.
Here's
I'm
the thing,
sure the other
though.
dwarves would like to know she's around. Oh, that's creepy.
Well,
But,
I think dwarves know.
Meanwhile, Cloudbreaker's enthralled, eating his food, drinking water, just not leaving his eyes. Just, this is such an interesting story.
And Eminem is gently sipping his wine.
You may be.
Meanwhile, coming up to your table, you see this big, brown-eyed boy. Okay, not big. Barely coming up to the calf of Eminem.
He's big for a boy.
He looks up at you guys. Big old eyes.
It's a boy,
Those-
sorry.
Yes. Had those stories all true?
oh no.
I can't believe for you. Oh. Oh.
I want to dump my beer on him.
Oh,
Whisper will grab your hand before you do.
how long have you been here?
Before you actually go to dump the beer, he just grabs it in his little hands. It's like this big. And takes the mug from your hands.
He's a child, and he stole my beer.
That's an
Telling
impressive.
those stories. Wait. Are you a minotaur? I've heard of you.
Indeed, I am. And I must say, when I was about your age, I could drink twice that. Get going, buddy.
Brelym's gonna tap Minotaur and say, "Don't encourage the boy."
Challenge, challenge, challenge.
That's right. Yes. Hello, young little one. What welcomes you to my privy? What privy my... Hi.
Is that? What's the purple lizard?
I sir, am a dragonborn. I'm,
A dragon? You're a born dragon?
I essentially, yes. It's very hard to explain, but there's very few of us, and you won't be seeing very much of my kind around.
You have, yeah, I've never seen a dragon before. Are you guys, I don't think I've seen you in town before. Did you guys know the FibbleStib?
You could say that.
Oh, you guys come to the festival?
Well, of course. That is why.
Why does anyone ever come to FibbleStib but for the parties, apparently?
I mean, lots of people come to FibbleStib. Like, a lot.
From the entry of the room, you hear a very angered female voice going, Charles Fleetfoot! What's the ball?
Don't tell my mom about the beer! He runs off.
Intriguing. Speaking of people visiting, I may need to time out. Brent, is there
Yes.
any business that I need to get done in FibbleStib? I usually try and get things done at the same time. Or is this visit purely social?
This one's purely social for you, which is kind of unique as of late.
It's a
I'll
pleasure
take it.
cruise.
I'll take it. Never mind. I am sit back and enjoying myself.
When's the party supposed to start?
This evening.
What do you have this week?
So,
Wonderful. Well, I can't say I've been to many parties or anything related, so I hope to not embarrass anyone here, although I'm just going to have to say I apologize in advance.
What do you mean? We've been to festivals before.
we had a little party for us and our accomplishments after we closed the rift.
Oh.
Do you remember? You were there, Reese. Eminem got drunk, carried back somebody in his arms. Was it Took? Was it
No.
Took? Oh, he used Took as a talking puppet?
I don't think we went.
Oh, I was busy getting hustled by people in Illinois.
I think it was the day I played too.
Huh?
Are you sure?
No, he
Was it me that got carried back then?
Oh, Took was like incapacitated after his whole ordeal, and so Eminem was carrying him everywhere we went.
Yeah,
We had Shankles
that's right.
You
ankles
guys
and
did have a
wrists.
mini party.
Yeah, we had a weekend at
We had
Bernie's
Shank-
moment.
we had Shankles ankles.
You guys had the Festival of the Paths before when you first went to Elenaris,
What
and
do you
then
mean? We
you
posted
saw.
festivals.
Oh,
The one
yeah.
I was thinking of too, Brent, was the light one.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
But I
mildly
hear these-
ruined by demons, not you.
But I hear this festival is rather large and very different, so
But also very small, if you know what I catch my drift.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Well, I look forward to having fun with you all, and maybe relaxing a little bit tonight.
Jokes.
And as you guys enjoy the nice celebrations and the drinks, the party, the fest, or the scene around you, the night begins to grow, and outside seems to grow louder.
Yep. So as you have your mid kind of supper time meal in between lunch and dinner, comes to
Second
a
breakfast.
close, you're feeling, yes, I haven't seen luncheon. That is this town. You hear the festivities growing, and then all of a sudden you hear loud drums and horns carrying down the street as a little band walks by, and everyone starts filing out of the Happy Tap into the town square, and you can see everyone is closing up their daytime markets and leading you past the town square down a road into kind of more of a pasture area that was out of sight beforehand. Do you follow the crowds heading
Yeah.
to the festivities?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Most
yes.
Oh, okay.
And I will,
Suppose-
I will lean over and say, Armaz, enjoy yourself, but we should probably keep an eye out just in case.
I always got your eye. You're back. So I'm not good with this.
Yeah, I'll say, it's okay. I'll put out my hand for a fist bump. Let him hit it, and we'll move on.
I have my lute out and I'm playing harmony to the music that is playing.
Perfect. Yep. Everyone is in very high spirits as they all make their way. And as you pass a couple of blocks out of town square, you reach into this really beautiful pasture area. And what was out of sight before are all of these very grand white linen tents with really pretty baubled lights, and you can start hearing the sounds of more of a carnival. You hear people crying for wares and attracting people to games as you're walking in and seeing people disperse out into the carnival proper. You can see little rides for children set up. You can see a larger swing that rotates around.
How small are those rides?
They're actually normal people size, and there's halfling size.
Okay.
FibbleStib is nothing but a very good host and inclusive.
Nice.
So you see that. You can see there's a station for bobbing for apples. You can see what looks like to be a pie eating contest being set up. You can see an area with many mugs, which you're thinking is probably a drinking contest of some sort. You can see a little arena where miniature horses are getting put together for racing. You can see someone calling over going, come for the dash for the lady in lace. And you see this very well-groomed, beautiful pig in a white little lace veil. You can see she looks very shiny and greased, so you're thinking there's going to be a pig chasing contest. Just pretty much anything you can think of, carnival, fancy-wise. There's little kids running around with giant caramel apples and lollipops, and there's sugar lace candy or cotton candy being made. And
Cloudbreaker will definitely grab a candy apple. Slide up for myself. I'll grab one of those. Pass him off a silver. Like, this is good. Oh.
A carameled apple.
mm-hmm.
That's what got you.
That's what got me.
Dash for the mini horses. And I exclaim, I must ride one today.
You'll break the poor thing.
Are you calling my Aurora fat?
Thank you. I'm lit.
Whisper, ever willing to not be too caught up in the crowd, will kind of keep on the edge and, kind of blend in and as best he can among people.
And I will do my best to make that not happen as I follow Whisper playing my lute.
So, how dark is it then?
It's actually very well lit. There's really brightly colored paper lanterns that are lit up. There's little golden magical orbs of light kind of dancing around. The large center tent where you can see the band is setting up on a little platform is the brightest. It has strings of well-lit light. So it's going to be, hiding isn't beyond Whisper if anyone can do it, it's you, but it's a little bit trickier because it's...
No unsavory shadows for unsavory characters.
Mind you, I'm also trying to talk to Whisper when I get a chance, but before he slinks away.
Yep, that's very easy in the hustle and bustle. It's easy to go. You're seen but not paid attention to, if that makes sense. You can get lost in the...
So I'll continue playing, and then I'll kind of lean down to Whisper as I'm playing all energetically, and say to him within the group or the crowd, and I'll be like, I'm rather surprised that Aurora and you were able to get a pigeon to me. I've been keeping myself rather aloof as of late.
I'm not here, but
I'm a little surprised at Aurora's capabilities as well. I knew she was sending a letter, but did not expect it to make it to you.
Well, it did. I'm excited for our conversation tonight.
Indeed.
It seems you guys have some things to discuss with me.
Yes, we've covered...
And by the way, this is technically... Aurora, you did not send a letter to Lander. Lander, you did not send a letter to Aurora.
Yep. I caught that. Apparently Whisper did not, but that's all right. You guys got a letter from me saying, hey, let's meet up. And I got a letter from you guys saying, hey, let's meet up. But we never sent them.
Yep.
I see.
Uh-oh.
That's...
Uh-oh.
I,
I'm not here, bro. Oh.
no, I mean, to be fair, Whisper, like, is not for Aurora, so he just totally would have thought he did.
For all Whisper knows, Aurora probably did.
Who knows?
True, that's true. I don't know what he does.
I'm not my brother.
Oh, and the mysteries continue.
One day, Whisper was, for context, Whisper was definitely engrossed in his task of feeling out and
Stick to the shadows. Stick to the shadows.
not necessarily sticking in the shadows, but being unnoticed and going about and scouting and figuring out what's going on. So
Looking for the assassin blade and the halflings. And
And it's not just halflings. We're talking about
Yes.
mostly halflings. But there's other.
oh yeah, there's an amalgamation of.
Amalgamation.
Anyways, all right. Well, that's as far as that conversation went.
yeah, but even at Platino, Whisper just, you know, he kind of knew what Aurora would do on a day-to-day basis, but he definitely did not.
Do any of us know what Aurora really does?
I love that. That is
I
so
thought
great.
you would
Anyways,
kind of assumed that it was a reply or something.
I
Yeah.
love it.
No,
Absolutely love it.
I like it.
Anyways, perfect. And I'll continue playing until Whisper slinks away from me. If he can.
At this point, I've pushed to the front of the horse riding line.
All right. Yes, you're being called. Aurora has pushed his way to the front of the horse riding line.
I was okay. Oh, okay.
And I
All right.
give money to the people holding the horses. And I say, I want that white one.
Because you see older halfling with great big white mutton chops, frizzy white hair, and he looks up and goes, Elisa, you want white lightning?
Oh, yes.
Lovely, lovely. All right, it'll be 5 copper.
I hand it over gleefully.
Okay. And he goes and brings over miniature horse that come up to your waist. Thing for that, yeah. Yeah. And he holds the reins and goes, let me hold him steady for you. He can be a bit spirited.
I bend down and I stroke its mane and I whisper, "You're so pretty. I love you."
I will buy you later.
I will put you at the pasture every day if you run away with me. And then I look at the man and I say, I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah, with my fingers like this. All done.
And he goes, do you need help with the stirrups?
Well, no. It is half my height.
Oh, I know.
Your feet dragging on the floor.
I had fought without stirrups because I'm rather tall for this miniature. And then I kind of try to like slide my feet in afterwards. So I'm all like scrunched up in it.
Imagine Waluigi in a go-kart.
Roll me an animal handling. And you can see there's a bunch of halfling like children and things like that that have also mounted other horses that are now riding around the paddock.
12
No, you're totally
Right.
total.
don't get any
True to his
pluses?
name, White Lightning is a very spirited little miniature horse, but he's a miniature horse, so while the trot's a little bumpy, it's enjoyable. Can tell he's got some sprightliness to him.
I want to give him a kick and yell, "Go, White Lightning, go!"
So are you guys racing?
No, it's just a little. You know, they have a paddock you can ride them.
Aim for like a victory lap around the back, real quick.
gonna be another animal handling check since you're kicking him.
Why not using a luck point? Eight.
Got him!
With an unexpected whinny, you feel White Lightning rear up, and with unexpected speed for something with such small little legs, he takes off. And for a moment there, you are thrown onto his back, and you're kind of riding him. Luckily, your legs are strong, and you hold on, and it takes you a couple minutes to get back up and hold on to him, but the rest of the lap is good. You got it.
Please tell me you ran over somebody.
No, you kind of hear a thunk as you kind of shoulder check another pony, but you're good.
I want to know wee while I'm at it, like as I'm going.
Brent, I sent you a text.
And then I would like to arrive back at the pork chopped man.
Okay.
And say, and I'd like to buy this horse.
You want to buy him?
Yes. Well, would you sell him to me? I'd be a lovely owner.
Well, the man kind of strokes his mutton chop because he's a bit much the children. And it'd be nice to not have that injury liability. Let's say 2 gold? Any deals?
I give him 5.
I'll buy the lot.
And he goes, why? Thank you, miss. You can keep the...
Wait, what? Sorry, you broke up. You said you missed what?
You can keep the tack, so the bridle and the little tiny saddle.
Lovely.
That you're
And I exit the paddock on White Lightning at a walk.
You are now the proud owner of a little miniature horse.
Added 2 extras.
I'm so excited for this.
Best of luck.
I pet White Lightning as I ride at a walk, cooing to him.
So,
do you guys want to explore further? There's many stalls and avenues you can do. It's the carnival is yours. Or conversations can be had, or food can be eaten.
I'm gonna stroll, maybe find some kettle corn, pay 2 silver for some kettle corn, kind of stroll around some more, and just kind of walk around, not really, dedicating himself to anything, but at the same time, doesn't want to seem like aloof and sit in a corner. So he's very cautious about trying anything.
So people watching?
Essentially, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you find there's some little booths kind of set up under the main center tent, where there's also a dance square, but it's a nice kind of where you can get a view of everything around you. But it's a natural sitting area, so you're not out of place.
Perfect.
Eminem
kettle
will
corn is quite delicious.
Perfect.
Eminem will be following Brelym, occasionally kind of like tentatively like reaching back, and realizing he used to always have his long great sword attached to his back, and so he tentatively reaches for it, then remembers it's not there, and so he'll kind of tentatively, but he'll curtly nod at different people as he walks by. As they all stare at him with giant eyes, he just looks at them and nods.
People that are from out of town will probably just keep gawking. The residents of FibbleStib are very friendly, and while taken aback by the giant size, if he's polite to them, they just bright smiles and enjoy the festival. And
he will as some kids potentially, as he gains notice of potentially some children, he may within his hands kind of create a little spark of sparkles and different things kind of within his hand, just to kind of give a little cool trick show.
Eminem's got some skills.
Yeah, just a little prestidigitation. Nothing too special.
I like it. Yep. He soon has a little following of halfling children that cannot get enough of this enormous entity that's creating sparkles.
Perfect. That's all.
Kind of after Lander's conversation, that Whisper obviously didn't pick up on what's going on. Whisper moved away and climbed up on like a house or something to kind of get an overview of the square and keep an eye on his companions as they move about the festivities.
The houses are pretty far removed. You're pretty much in the middle of a pasture area. There are big lodge poles that have been, set up to help hold up lights and things like that. And yeah, that easy peasy for you to
Freaking monk.
do an Assassin's Creed squat and observe.
I want to imagine Whisper will occasionally run across the wires or ropes.
Oh yeah.
Arms behind you, kind of like this.
Yep, arms. Yep.
Naruto running.
Yep. Yeah, occasionally a halfling child will go, Mommy, there was a giant bat up there. She's like, oh, don't be ridiculous.
Come, all of you out there. You see this fat, stubby halfling. Hey, we must come try this contest. And there, laid out there, is more than a dozen logs. Who of you guys are the strongest and deserving of the kiss of the fair lady? Hurry, come grab an axe. Come. And you see a couple guys. You see this little halfling, wiry little guy, taking an axe. He's like, lines up, looks around. Come on now. Anybody else gonna try me for the kiss of the young fair lady?
I'm gonna go up to Eminem. I'm gonna like elbow him and say, "Dude, are you thinking what I'm thinking?"
Muted. And he'll be like, "Oh, I'm," and he'll look at Brelym.
He's looking.
I don't know if such an activity is proper.
You can have a
Particularly.
little fun. You don't need my permission.
Good God, thank you. I'd love to do this.
Up on a little dais, you see a halfling woman with flowing golden hair and a very frilly floral dress, a very pretty smattering of freckles, sitting up there very cheekily, looking down at the logs.
And three other young men, actually two, like, probably teenagers, would come up and join the line, excited to get the kiss of a fair young lady. And then one older man. He seems actually human, wiry, old. Looks like he's been worn down over the years. Steps up. And between the five of you, yeah, that's five. Five of you, they look around, and the guy's like,
Okay. Oh, I'm going with it.
here's the task before you, just like last year.
Eminem's gonna look at the fellow contestants and look at him and intimidatingly just kind of deep growl, sinister laugh as he just looks upon them, eyeing them down, potentially making them.
Roll me at intimidation.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna say to him, hey, friend, don't you know that showing off is the fool's glory? Let us win before we start singing praises, right?
I read in a book once that if you can win before the fight, that is the most glorious battle. I don't get it, but it sounded cool. That's a 23 for intimidation.
One of the teenagers comes up. Spit in his mouth runs dry, and you see him actually just looks around, looks at the fair young lady, bows his head and it pretends like he forgot something and walks off into the crowd.
Just so you know, Cloudbreaker rolled a 24 for insight, so he knows
Well
that
done.
Eminem just a bit too well.
I'm way too cute. I would never hurt a fly.
Enough of that now. This is a fair game for the lovely princess. Okay. So, just like normal, you have 1 minute to chop as much as the farmer, Ludolf farmer's wood that he has here, and he's got a whole bunch of wood ready to be chopped onto your chopping block. He's like, and whoever's chopped the most gets to win the fair prize. Meanwhile, they all sit around, and all right, he brings out his pocket watch, which is almost the size of his cheek. Mark, everyone, part of this, roll me a d20. Roll me a d20, and you will add your athletic skill.
Oh no!
As soon as Cloudbreaker heard that this was gonna help somebody else out, chopping wood, he all of a sudden got real motivated. With a natural 20, totaling to 27.
Dang. Well played.
Whoa!
Oh. What a shame. I rolled a 16 and got a 25.
And as you're going to town, you see the crowd kind of starting to gather around, and they're like, and you see the little lady fanning her face, and just, fluttering her eyes as she's going along. One of the boys, as he goes, totally misses, as he got distracted with the flattering fan and doesn't even get one, as he's trying to get through a knot.
Oh no.
She does one of those.
Meanwhile, Eminem, you start going to town.
Can I rage?
Rage chop wood?
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah.
Is there a happy rage?
Yeah, sure. You're attacking.
Perfect. I'm going to roll for this with advantage, please.
Yep.
No better. All right. Only a 25. What a shame.
No, it's funny. So as you're going along, guys, the teenager out for the count for the time. Anyways, just can't quite keep up. 30 seconds in, you see Eminem.
I'll pick right along with
Eminem, you look to your side, and right to you, one-handed, and you can swear you can see the holy aurora of God taking his one-handed swing. Cloudbreaker, one arc.
You see that?
Taking
You see
another
where
one.
it's cut? You got a little bit of sear coming down. It's a little blackened on where it's getting cut.
As it unfolds, and it's so frustrating because your biggest holdup is just grabbing the next log. It's like the logs are almost coming to him. You're thinking, freaking Armaz, he's got to be cheating us on this one somehow. What the?
All the same, though, Eminem, good job, brother!
30 seconds in, you guys look over. The old man, he's not doing nearly as well as you guys. I mean, you guys have got 20 at this point. You guys are doing like a log every second almost. So you guys are 25 and 27 logs split appropriately going to town. The other guy is actually holding strong at 18. The old man just going out. You have no idea how this goes, but his back has some limber in it as he comes down. But there we go. All right. Roll me another d20 as you're finishing your last round.
So in between this, Brelym would like to jog
Yes, you can do it.
Brelym
Okay.
would like to jog over.
You're getting in my head, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I would like to cast Disintegrate and destroy all of his logs. Actually, no. I want to do it for Eminem. I want to split the rest of Eminem.
Wait, what?
Okay. Roll. Everyone roll for me.
No cheating, miss!
And you need advantage, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, who's using advantage? Oh, I'm not.
I'm raging still.
Disintegrate?
Oh, not nearly as good. Not nearly as good.
Destroy.
All right.
I did not
Meanwhile,
roll very
old
well.
man is going to town. Doing really good. And at the very second, you can see like his plateau hit hard. And he's like, and just can't finish as nearly as strong. And he only gets like 8 more logs from there. Meanwhile,
Well,
and then what did you roll?
I rolled a 20. Not in that dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Cloudbreaker.
11. I get a little too distracted when
11.
Brelym walks over, like, what
Yeah, but
is
time
she
out.
doing?
What happens to my logs?
So as you're going to town,
They get
you are splitting like a mad fool. Splitting. Yes, you get a little bit tired as the minute goes along. Usually most of your battles end in less than a minute. But here, I know, right? But you're splitting with all your heart's content and going to town. Cloudbreaker is keeping up. Armaz, who knows what ungodly powers is helping him as he goes to show forth and put your ire or beginnings to shame. How dare you? Meanwhile, through the corner of your eye, as you're getting a little frustrated, looking over at them, you see the slight hand of Brelym reach out and touch his logs. And the whole gasp. And meanwhile, the old man or the guys are inventory. All right, let's see who. What the heck? As there is black dust that disintegrated all around Cloudbreaker.
You disintegrated all my logs.
Wait. So you just disintegrated my stack of logs, or just
No, his
all the
stack
logs
of
around me?
logs.
My
oh,
stack of logs.
Cloudbreakers.
Brelym did this for you.
Because it's whoever had the most logs.
Did really well. He only has 11 logs left. They were split. Congratulations, you. You.
Sir.
Beast, man. Sir, you get to kiss the fair maiden.
He's not upset.
Wait, I turned to see said fair maiden, and then
Did you do so?
as I'm like,
sneak in?
like
Did you try to sneak?
as red as a minotaur can get from the rage. But as it cools off, I'd be like, I'll be honest, I wanted him to win, because I wanted to see what he would do with this moment. Can I? I'm pointing at Cloudbreaker. I'm like, I cheated.
And I will say, no, you won fair and square. And he turns
By
over
cheating.
to Brelym, kind of smiles and is like,
Absolutely breathed fire from my mouth and disintegrated all these logs. He had at least 70.
The young lady hops down, comes up and goes, "There's no need to fight, gentlemen." And she walks up and goes,
gosh.
Perfect. You'll do both of us, right?
she winks at you.
I'll take that as a yes, and I'll kiss the fair maiden.
She gives you a peck and tweaks your nose.
consider it tweaked. And then
yeah, she does hop over
afterwards,
to
I will
Cloudbreaker and goes like
quickly
this.
present towards Cloudbreaker.
Yep, she goes.
Well, I will walk on over and sort of do
Oh,
like
yeah.
a bow.
I've always wanted
kiss her
to-
right on the cheek.
Okay.
If
Well,
she
as you're
allows it.
coming in for the cheek, she does the switch and she pecks you on the lips and winks at you and then just flounces off.
She's after all the races today.
You see Cloudbreaker turn a little bit lighter shade of purple around his cheeks.
He's big.
You know, light when you blush, not dark.
Oh,
He's
yes,
pink.
darker, yes. You see, get a little bit darker.
That was great. Eminem will come up to me. Wasn't that amazing? Did you see his face is still like it. It's not gonna change all night.
He's gonna try to shake it off. Go walk over to Eminem and be like, my friend, what a competition.
Indeed. Mind you, yes, one of us did cheat. And I look at you, I look past your shoulder at where I would assume Almos would be.
You know, it honestly should have been even. You are correct. I think it played out very fair.
Indeed. Well played.
Brelym would like to talk to Cloudbreaker here and be like, "Hey, is your heart done pitter-pattering?"
Oh, ha ha! Very funny.
It was very funny. It really was. Hey, Cloudbreaker, she's looking at you right now.
What? Where?
Did you see
I
I did
don't
another joke, Brelym?
Good job. You're improving.
Thank you.
In the midst of your conversation, you hear a very loud squeal as you see a little white-clad pig go streaking past you, and a crowd of people chasing after. Aurora, will you roll me a dex save, please?
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I think I've had enough
No, you
activity for one day to not go chasing after a pig.
No, but then I shifted.
Gosh, this is so much fun.
It's gonna be for humor. Let it be bad.
Let it be bad. Your dexterity save +7.
Thank God. 15.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap!
What did you get?
15.
Okay.
Oh.
Could be worse.
No problem. Slightly, slightly paying attention. But are you still on White Lightning, or have you gotten off of him?
Oh, I'm on White Lightning. Come on.
Okay. Oh, actually, you didn't quite look up in time when you see this streak of a pig running White Lightning. Actually, a lot more dexterous than you think. Just sidesteps real fast without dislodging you, and you see this huge rabble that would have probably trampled both of you run past, chasing after the pig. But White Lightning's got you.
Whisper, you have the best view.
Yep. Whisper, you're seeing all of this.
I give him lots of pets. When we stop, and I go, saving my beauty today. I will save yours tomorrow. I'll give you a bath.
Yep, you can see people in other booths setting up for a dice game. You can see the area with the different flagons have gotten a couple of people. It looks like they're going to be starting up a drinking game. We've got the main tent filled with couples doing a lively swing dance. The carnival is in full swing.
I would like, do I know where, well, regardless, I would like to see if I can gather a decent-sized crowd and For my compatriots, rather loudly project, or yes, I would like to spin together a new tale off the top of my head about my compatriots, and basically a brief introduction of these Via Acrua, without obviously gathering around, but I'm just going to bard it up.
Ladder, roll me a performance check.
I was hoping you'd ask that.
Of course. You pull out your loot. Find a barrel that you can stand atop of if you like.
You know, that's okay, but I haven't used my luck point yet, so just for kicks and gigs. Oh, wait. Can I inspire myself?
Yeah.
Oh, screw that.
Can't you?
Can you?
I don't know if that
Oh,
works.
other than you. Other than you. You cannot. You cannot. We're just going to use luck
You
point.
can guidance. You can do guidance on yourself. You can't inspire.
I really didn't roll well. I mean, bad. But, like, just in case. Oh, that's more better. 32?
Oh my.
Holy smokes.
What are you using that cool flute of misty smokeness?
I'm not. Oh. I can only use that once every 7 days, guys. But boy, would that be cool.
World telling.
You know what? Oh my gosh, how often can I use this thing? Oh my gosh, you know what?
Brace.
Do it. I used a luck point.
And she's not wearing
A luck point. This is a thing that can only be used every couple of days.
Yeah, it's once, I don't remember, once a week. I don't remember what it was.
It depends on the crowd. For now, I'm just going to be using multiple different instruments, allowing them to perhaps kind of trying to pull in some different performers as I'm performing to see if they can kind of, as I play, like to play something and like hint towards another lute player and see if they follow the beat, and then I'll whip out my flute and I'll try and see if I can create these things. And then I'll be using minor illusions. If I can pull in a big enough crowd, I might pull out my flute.
With the 32, I would say yes. Putting the bards of lore to shame with your vast expertise, you quickly summon a very sizable crowd. Yeah, Aurora.
When nearby, I want to be at the front of this crowd. On my horse.
Absolutely.
I will not use my flute, but rather, while in telling a tale of us fighting, gosh, guys, what's a massive thing that we fought before?
Treants, flower eels, a huge discourse of Death Eaters, a big old colossus inside a chest.
A giant god strapped to a table thingy.
I will.
Orcus.
Wait, time out.
Octopus.
Okay, this seems busted. Time out. Can you polymorph an unseen servant?
I would assume they're both concentration.
Are they both concentration?
I mean, good call.
Unseen servant is not concentration.
Oh. I don't see why not.
Why would you polymorph one when you could just create one?
Yeah, can't you just create the unseen servant into anything you want? Like, isn't it
But it's
whatever?
unseen.
Whatever.
But no one can see it.
True.
No,
I lied. I forget. I still have illusions and stuff. So no, I'm gonna continue just using illusions. It's gonna be a minor show. Yep. Sorry. Well, I'm gonna save my spell slots. Not necessarily spell slots. I'm gonna save my magical items that I can only use every couple days.
Well, magical or not, with your role, it is a beautiful performance. Captivating and enrapturing people. You have a very sizable crowd.
Perfect. I will, as I'm entailing about a kraken and creating a potentially whatever illusion I can of the kraken, I motion towards Aurora and encourage her to strike it down as he once did.
Oh wait, what am I striking down? Sorry, I was thinking about my horse dancing.
A kraken.
What? How
He is kind of.
I don't remember.
I kind of nod towards you and say, "Come on, Aurora, ride your steed and slay this kraken I just illusioned." As I entail a kraken being slayed.
Right. I get out my rapier. Okay. Am I skilled enough to like walk white lightning without hands?
Oh, sure, yeah.
White lightning's into this. He's like prancing into it. I'm like slashy slash.
Viscera.
Viscera.
And meanwhile, the crowd's like,
Blood, blood,
and meanwhile, at the very front of it, you see the little boy go,
And I point to the little boy with my rapier. And white lightning throws his head majestically. Exactly, Brian. Channel Pegasus here.
And I
And
will
let's be
too,
honest.
and I will, as the climax, call in my greater steed, my Periton, which will swoop down and I'll jump upon its back and I'll say, "My friends, it's been a night, and such marvelous tales belong not only for your ears, but for ears across the country. Pray, spread our word, spread these stories, as I will myself. Farewell."
roll me,
And I'll... What? Oh,
roll me persuasion with advantage, please.
persuasion with advantage?
Yeah, that's incredibly done.
I rolled an 18. I was like, well, advantage. And then I rolled a 19. 34?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's all I needed to know. Perfect. And
Until
meanwhile,
next time. And I ride away.
the group is enraptured with all of this, and it's fantastic. Aurora's having a good time and everything. Whisper, please roll me perception up on your
perch.
your tightrope.
I'm gonna nudge Brelym and be like, "Where's he going?"
As I send off all these fairy lights behind me glowing, I cast fairy light behind me to make a small crowd behind me start glowing a hue of pink.
31 for
And
Whisper.
now your unseen servant is now visible. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang it.
Did I just hear 31
Those
from
unseen
Whisper?
servants, they'll get you.
31. Okay.
My word.
How can
Gosh,
you do
I need to be
whispering?
rolling
As you
either
are
better
looking
or just
on the crowd's
find some
whispers,
better plus.
seeing this chaos ensue everything, disintegration, prancing ponies, a
Galloping pig.
mosh posh, enjoying this elegant everything. You see also underneath the tent with the band dancing, everything. Like you see a group of people, or just a big old group of people dancing and everything. There's one that catches your eye. Elegant blue dress flowing, kind of stands out of place in a way. Tall, very beautiful person dancing with it looks like to be with another partner, just dancing, not necessarily holding, but dancing with this other partner who seems enraptured by her beauty as she holds a giant leaf the size of her head in one hand, and in the other hand long fingers of green coming out, dancing around.
Oh,
Occasionally,
boy. It's the lady of
you
the
see
lake.
her look straight up right at you, smile, blow a little kiss, and keep dancing away.
I will use minor illusion to cause a whisper in Lanter's ear and say, I believe the Lady of the Lake parties, or is it parties at the festival with us?
It's hard, man.
I will respond to this message, which I thought was a message, but is actually just an illusioned words. Good news. I'll be down shortly. Which he does not hear, because I'm in the air. And it wasn't a message.
So I'll,
Perfect.
I don't know if Lander can see me, but I will kind of make myself a little bit more easily noticed and make sure the Lady of the Lake sees me, and I'll start moving kind of to the edge of the crowd and make it so I'm visible for Lander and try and start moving away and see if she'll follow.
Okay.
Can I put together a quick disguise? Because I can't go back down to these people with, like, as me, you know, that would ruin the show. Can I, like, disguise myself? Throw on a hat, funny beard? I have a disguise kit.
All right. Roll me, what would that, it's basically, it's a roll with you have proficient in it?
I do have proficiency in it.
Well then, roll me d20 plus your proficiency, plus your
And I can add half my proficiency rounded down. Perfect. All right, my disguise kit. And there's my low roll of the night. Is going to be a... Oh, wow, that's still, not bad. 11.
Bards. As you're going along, you would have
4.
done better if you weren't on top of a Torrington as you were putting this together. But there you have, please describe yourself. What did you do?
It was very brisk. I put on a fake beard and a fake mustache, with curls on the end, and a long, tall top hat.
Amish Lander!
What? Amish Lander?
There you go. Fit right on in.
All these kids and their technology!
And the Torrington lands right next to you, whisper, neighs at you pretty much, or just nods in your direction as you see this. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's Lander. His mustache is just a little bit off.
Hello, young chap. What are all these whippersnappers up to?
I'll point to where I saw the Lady of the Lake and try and point her out to Lander. She appears to have noticed our presence and you're fine.
Shall we all go find and talk to her? I am very intrigued by this woman.
You want to try to talk to her in the crowd or move away?
Well, perhaps she won't notice. She may not recognize me, so perhaps you should come with.
Do you have means to contact our companions as well?
Do I see this happen? I was close by to all of this.
I'm still
Your
wondering where
perception's
Lander went.
incredible. Your passive perception's incredible. So yes, you see it. Brelym, you can see something going on. Cloudbreaker and Eminem, you're having fun.
This party's great.
I trot up on
Cloudbreaker! Lander left, did you see that? Flew into the sky. I'm gonna tell everyone about this.
As you guys have the... Sorry, go for it, Eminem. Or Whisper.
As Aurora approaches, I'll kind of motion him over and try and point out the Lady of the Lake as well. And
I lean over in my saddle. Hola.
Oh, it's Aurora. Aurora, it's me. It's you probably go.
Stop, Amish.
I put it back on.
Brelym will get the attention of Cloudbreaker and Eminem, and then we'll head towards the excitement.
Okay. As the town or the song, the second song dies down, you can see that she bows to her companion and begins walking off in your general direction to the edges of the party, off into the distance where it starts getting darker, where you can see some people off, basically just their silhouettes to the different shades, and you go to a different corner to where it's just you. But you see her there, her eyes bright green, darting upon each of you. And a smile, beautiful, brightens upon her lips. She looks upon you. Oh, I see that you have all gotten my letters.
What?
Did you not send the letter to Lander?
What letter?
Oh.
We received a letter from Lander.
Yes, you did.
Why?
You two need to work on communication.
We clearly didn't have any with you either.
Apparently not, which actually breaks my heart. I would like my flower crown back.
You know I always send roses in my letters. You should know this. I've sent you many.
There might have been a rose. I'll tell you what, I got distracted.
Well-
I may or may not have gotten that letter the same time that I was, anyways.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Another night.
it is long time no see. What brings you to gather us together here today?
That FibbleSticks. FibbleStib.
I always see. Always see.
And don't
And I
think we don't know
see-
who you are and your relation to Leonwyn and their connection of powers.
We do know.
We don't know.
I thought we didn't know. I know that there's maybe a slight connection, but I don't know everything.
I do remember an old hut in a dark place that didn't have its residents.
That was
As
the
you see that her face, her demeanor becomes a little bit darker, you can actually kind of see her entire features actually kind of shift just a hair, and you kind of see a long, crooked nose, her eyes now instead of bright green, dark green, and it shifts right back.
Oh, good. I like that.
Agreed.
So just a real quick recap of our interactions with her, because it's been a very, very long time.
We see her.
Yeah, that's good.
So we encountered her on our flight from Platin Oak at the lake. She asked us to go get a letter from the tree, Elite, thank you, from the tree. We returned it to her, which she said allowed her to escape whatever confines of the hut and her place there.
That's what she said. She gave us the magic stick.
Or maybe that was an insight that Whisper got.
She gave us the stick. That only
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, she gives. He's talking about so later on, after we did a lot of different things, there was some time that she told us, yes, and as she twiddled the leaf in her fingers and was like, "What you guys have given me more power to." Basically, she was imprisoned by him, and it gave her more power. I don't know if to get out of the prison, but to be able to do more. I don't know.
It wasn't. It was by Leonwyn, right? Or I don't think it was ever explicitly said by who she was being kind of.
I thought we assumed so.
Oh.
No,
okay.
you're right. She might have been.
She was in the hut in one of the 4 golden spikes.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is. Yes, that's what it was.
And that's where
There's
she
a-
rolls the thing and gets out.
Yeah.
I'm looking upon you. Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and then I think she helped us.
No, then we see her again
Yeah.
in like the tower, and a tree, and a tower room.
There was, I think, one other time we encountered her, and she sent us to help. She
No, we definitely.
sent us to go find a giant or a troll to help us, right?
No.
Oh, that was once again. That was in the forest at the very beginning.
Yeah.
No. We
But-
definitely saw her in one of our other escapades.
Wasn't
You
there a
see
dream
her
though? There was a dream.
randomly.
Yeah, she's shown up a couple times, but like
See,
we haven't
I thought-
pursued what she needs from us.
I thought that after we beat that the deceiver lady, I thought some of us had a dream where she communicated with us and said something. I don't remember what happened in the dream, but I thought some of us had a dream.
Yeah,
Is that
she's
correct, Brent? Some of us got a dream.
Yep.
It wasn't me. It was
I
somebody
don't
else.
think I did either.
That's because you and
had
I
a
dealt with a
dream. Your
kraken.
dream was very different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a
You
kraken
guys
dream.
had
We
dreams.
were underwater.
Brent, didn't you say she like appeared in one of the trees, like in a aviary type area on our way up the tower.
Oh, and we saw an imp. We saw an imp. Where did we see an imp?
On her
maybe it was
shoulder.
No, well, no, it was recently. Brent was like, and you see an imp. And I was like, oh, it's that lady's imp. But I don't remember where that imp was.
You catch glimpses. You've seen her, in a lot of different places that you've seen her.
Yeah,
so
anyway.
It's all in the notes.
But needless to say, looking upon you, and I think Aurora did see, it was Aurora and Cloudbreaker, right?
Cloudbreaker was with the Tarrasque, and he didn't get anything.
Oh, that's right. Because who was with you, Aurora, when you originally went in?
I thought Aurora was the Kraken.
Went into.
Was it Whisper? I don't know. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it was Whisper.
No,
Was it me?
I was the one who the golden stake was by her, wasn't it?
Oh, so you went to the cabin with the golden sticks? Because I went to the Kraken. Brelym went to the dragon.
I had Eminem.
No, I
Where
had
did
Eminem went with Brelym.
You might have went with Eminem and Brelym then.
Wherever we went, Eminem hauled out
Whisper had
the spike. I didn't haul it out. Eminem did.
Yeah.
I did haul out a spike.
So you were with us in the dragon.
But there's actually no way. Actually, maybe you're right. Maybe Eminem wasn't with you, Brelym. Because now I think of it, there's no way we were hauling out a spike near that dragon. Because that was a scary encounter. So maybe he did go to the cabin.
He was with me.
Yeah. And I was like,
I think you're right. I think it was Eminem, Aurora, and Finladine or something like that.
Nope, Finn was with Cloudbreaker and that.
Harass?
Because Cloudbreaker and Finn just looked at each other and went, run, run, run.
And
one group that went in two locations because
was
we
with
couldn't
you.
quite split up
Duke went with you. That's
and
right.
not have one person
Oh yeah,
walk.
Tuke went with Brelym.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And I'd have to go look back.
I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, onward.
All I know is
We needed
you see her,
we needed Danny.
and she looks upon you as like, I see many things. In fact, I seen you've made an enemy.
Me?
And that is where we will leave for tonight.
Oh boy.
When your guys' conversation with her, as it is now 10:30 and I have to wake up early. However, you guys will begin the next journey, a conversation with the Lady of the Lake, as you originally called her.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I've
You
missed
And
you.
that's where we'll
This was great. Thank you so much.
Yes, it has been so great. You
I
know,
missed you guys so much.
you know something, Brent? I gotta say, it's been so long since we've had you two DMing and stuff, and I forgot how fantastic you two were. And I was like, gosh, I wish I could DM like those two. They're really good.
Whatever.
I had a HE double hockey sticks week. It was really
You can
tough.
say
So
it.
my
You can
old
say it, Brent.
Jessica was
It's okay.
amazing.
Sometimes you just
It was-
melt it out.
It was awesome.
It was a bad week.
This was a great
So-
session for both of you.
But just so
I
you
enjoyed
know,
you guys.
if you had a bad week, just know you're a great DM, and we love you as a friend, and we think you're amazing.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, very much.
What's on the
This
wall?
was awful.
Yeah, you're up in our dining room. I'm printing out the rest, and they're gonna surround everything.
Hello.
Hey, where's Aurora?
Yeah, I
Where's
don't think
Lander
so.
and Brelym? Where is that?
I'm coming. Saving the best for last. I have
Is that
a.
the
Yeah.
Mighty Nine under there?
I love that thing.
There's
That was a good map.
girl-
That was a really good map.
It is a great map.
You
Brent.
guys,
It's a
you guys
crit.
are still just. You guys seem like.
I've always wanted to go to FibbleStib though, so I'm grateful we finally made it.
Yeah.
I was so excited because Brent was like, "What do we do?" And I was like, "FibbleStib!" I got to live my Billboard birthday party fantasy. Thank you so much.
Perfect. And it was great. It was great, Jess.
It was great.
So are we planning on like just Friday nights then? Is what?
I'll I'll continue checking my schedule. As of right now, let me double check for you guys.
Freedom was a highway.
Thanks again, guys.
Because we occasionally have other stuff on Friday nights.
That's fine.
Yeah, and as always, if things don't work or anything, we can.
Please
I figured
enjoy life.
Yes.
Enjoy it. Have fun. Make events and memories. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You can always fit it in.
So just so you guys know, similarly, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm still free. Thursday, Friday, I'm 10 to 8, and then Saturday, I'm still 10 to 10.
And I'm just, if we do like a weekday thing, kind of like what it is, as long as it's not going past 10. This is kind of my thoughts if we do a weekday thing.
Yeah, like 7 to 9 or 7:30 to 9:30 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you guys, and so if you do have if you're not doing stuff with people, Krista, Friday's good for me. And if not, Thursday still, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just Saturdays and Sundays are tough on me right now.
We should do like power sesh throughout the week. A 1 minute sesh or a 1 hour sesh. Just put it
Get
together.
Voxer, everyone just like.
Let's go!
The problem, it takes me an hour of like saying hi to everyone.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to do something like that.
I don't think we'd get through much in an hour.
And everyone attacked one.
I'm talking to each other. I've missed it. I'm so excited.
Hey, mommy.
You know what I'm excited for, guys?
Another
you guys
combat?
are level umpteen. You guys are level umpteen. Like crazy powerful with crazy gear with all the money in the world.
Oh yeah.
Bring it on. Let's go.
You know, Brent.
6 levels to encourage my animal handling.
Yeah, what's your animal handling? Let's animal handling off. What is your animal handling?
I have a +1.
Oh yeah, you've got a ways. I got +12.
It's better than me. I got a +0.
Bards,
Let's be real. I'm gonna ride this
busted.
pony everywhere, and I'm just gonna fall off a lot, and it'll be all right.
I could ride that pony with one leg. I could let that pony ride. But anyways, no, bards are ridiculous.
All right, I'll let you go. Love you guys.
Love you all.
Love you.
Bye.
See you guys later. Love y'all.
Peace out.
Have you heard that before?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna have to update this. Ride that pony.
It's like one of those things you do, and like you stand in a circle, and then one person goes in the middle, and they're like slapping their butts as they run around in a circle. Ride that pony. Get up and ride that big fat pony. Ride that pony. This is how we do it.
Very interesting parties that you've
And then
always
you-
been to.